Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Kyra and today I'm bringing to you my Shop My Stash for the month of December, and this month we're talking about makeup from Christmases past. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Or if you are new to these videos are in collaboration with my beautiful friend Kelly from GlamWithKelly. I'll have her link down below, so make sure you go check out her stash for the month of December as well. And how these videos go is every month we pick a theme, we shop our stash within the theme, and we also come back and tell you about how we're feeling about those products from the previous month. So if all that sounds good to you, let's go ahead and get into talking about last month's products. Let's go ahead and start with lippies. I'm going to declutter one, and one will be rolling into this month's Shop My Stash. The one I thought I actually would declutter and I am not going to declutter is my NYX Soft Matte Lip Cream in the shade Cans. I thought I would for sure declutter this. I hadn't reached for it, but the Shop My Stash was a success because I did reach for it and I remembered why I love it. It's the color that I love of this. The formula is fine, but I am going to keep it. The one that I'm rolling into my stash for December, as it does still fall into the theme, is my Bite Beauty Mousse Bouche lipstick in the shade Chai. I just want to keep working on this one, and I did receive it in a Christmas past, so I'll keep that one in my stash. And the one I'm going to declutter is this Burt's Bees lipstick in the shade Suede Splash. It's not a beautiful color to me. I don't love the formula. It's old, and I just had to force myself to reach for it this month. I did reach for it. I didn't make any progress on it, but I also have to assume that this is starting to go off. I don't see any obvious signs of it going off, you know, according to the bullet or anything, but I did declutter her sister in a different shade quite some time ago, and it was definitely off. So because I don't love the color, because I don't love the formula, and because it's very, very old, I'm going to go ahead and declutter this one. Let's just briefly go over complexion products. Butter bronzer, still love it, use it a ton. Mine is in the shade Sunkissed, going back in my collection. For blush, I was hoping maybe I would hit pan on this e.l.f. blush in Mellow Mauve. I didn't, but I did use it a ton this month. I was really proud of myself overall for how much I used these products. Overall, a great month for Shop My Stash. And then this is the shade Party. You can see that the rings are starting to show even more. Again, I was hoping to hit pan on this puppy, but I didn't. So she's going back in the stash, and they're both still favorites. And I forgot to mention, our theme for November was Forgotten Favorites. So that's why all of these are here. Last but not least, for complexion, this is the Pixi Glowy Gossamer Duo in the shade Subtle Sunrise. I did use this quite a bit. Still a really nice highlighter, but definitely not my top choice for a highlighter for the winter. So again, going back in my stash, and we'll probably revisit her come summer. Let's talk palettes really quick. OG Norvina, love it. I mostly stuck with the neutral mattes as well as the more neutral shimmers, and I loved it. It was very easy to reach for. However, this one, I do like this palette. I don't know why I wasn't reaching for it this month, other than, again, maybe these aren't holiday or winter colors to me. I mean, there are some, but the only way I could get myself to use this palette this month was in conjunction with the Norvina palette. I'm just not feeling overly inspired buy it at this point in the year, in the seasons, and so on. So it is going to go back in my collection, and you know, I'll pull it out at a later date. Maybe I'll feel more inspired in spring or fall. Who knows? There's no rush to get rid of this one, and so I'm going to keep it. So now we're going to go ahead and get into the get ready with me using my products from Christmas's past. So the first thing I shot my stash for this month from Christmas past is my NARS Narcissist Cheek Studio palette. Yes. Looks like this. I haven't pulled this out in a little while, so I'm really excited to use this. I did receive this for Christmas last year in 2018, although it wasn't released then. And I'm just gonna, whoa, blind you. I'm gonna go into this matte powder right here just to lightly set my face. And I love this palette. I love NARS. I was so excited that hubby picked this up for me. I'm curious if y'all know what the purpose of this is. I do know some people use like a lavender powder for brightening, but I haven't been brave enough to try. I don't really know what to do with it. So if you know, help me out so I can use it this month. I always think that this is a nice powder, but I hardly ever use it unless I'm using this palette and or this palette for travel. So I'm gonna try and reach for it more this month. Now we're going to go into my other face palette for my bronzer. And that is the Hourglass palette from 2018, Holiday 2018. It's this one right here. It is the Ambient Lighting Edit Unlocked palette, and they actually brought this back this year and threw it into the Ghost packaging. I'm not for sure what that's about, but we're going to use the bronzer in this today. It's right here and it is called, and just gonna lightly bronze. I've been trying to like remind myself that it's not summer anymore, that I should or can scale back on bronzing a little bit. I have used this palette a lot since last year. I have traveled with it. In fact, more often than not, when I travel and take a face palette with me, it's this one because I love everything about this palette. I love that it has like all the face products I could need, including a powder. And they're beautiful. They're absolutely flattering. I've used this for eye looks whilst traveling, and it's just beautiful. I really love this palette a lot. Of course, I can't tell you whether $80 would be worth it to you to buy this product, but I can say I feel like this product has been worth every dime to me. I'm gonna go back into the NARS palette because I feel like I should. I'm gonna use this shade and this shade right here. I think I'll start with this one and then just use this to pink up the cheeks a little bit. So I'm curious what you guys have received and or purchased in Christmases past for yourself. What do you have hanging out in your collection that you might pull back out this month and make use of? Because I was beyond excited when Kelly suggested a shopping for our holiday stash, or actually she's shopping for makeup of Christmas past. So cute. She's very funny. I was super excited because I know I have things that I've received for holidays that I was just itching to pull out. Not that I couldn't have pulled it out sooner, but I only have one face, and you know, I continue to test new things. I'm gonna go back into the Hourglass palette and pick up this highlight shade, which is Metallic Strobe Powder Champagne Strobe Light. This is definitely the product in this palette that I probably get the least amount of use out of, and I don't know why that is, because it is gorgeous. And while we're still on the topic of face palettes, do you have a favorite? Do ya? I don't know if this is my, no, I can say with 100% certainty that this is not my #1 favorite. Ooh. Frosty the Snow Lip. Anyways, I can say with 100% certainty this is probably not my #1, but it's because I got the Charlotte Tilbury one this year. That's the way it goes. Okay, last but not least, out of the Hourglass palette, these two right here are finishing powders, and so I'm going to take my powder brush and just go back and forth on those and just blend everything out a little bit, making sure we have no harsh lines. This is a finishing powder. It's meant for finishing off a look. It's meant to give that soft blurred effect. It's meant to give that ambient lighting effect that their products are meant for. So I'm going to first show you the 3 palettes that I chose, and then we'll make a plan from there, allegedly. The first holiday palette that I ever purchased or received was the ABH Prism palette, and here it is. And this puppy just languishes. It just hangs out. This color story is so very confusing to me. I don't even know what to say about it, but that's the first one. And then the holiday release from last year from ABH was the Sultry palette. I love this one. I know I'm going to get a ton of use out of this month, if not far beyond that, but this was definitely one of the ones that I was most anxious to pull back out and play with. And then also last year for Christmas, I got the Too Faced Chocolate Gold palette, and I love this one as well. So I think for today, we're going to put these 2 aside. I know I will reach for these, and I also have plans later in the month for these palettes for some videos. So you may have guessed it, I think we're going to go into ABH Prism, and I'm just going to try and create a look that I haven't done with this palette before, which shouldn't be hard because I haven't used it a lot. It is by far my least used ABH palette, and I love ABH palettes. So I think I'm going to start out with this shade right here, which is Unity. Nice transition shade. If I'm looking a little dark under my eyes, it's because I've already done a look today, and I shouldn't have. I should have done this one, but I kind of totally forgot that this was a get ready with me style. I don't know how I did that because that's like, was my idea. It's how I've always done my Shop My Stash videos. My brain just wasn't there this morning. So I did a beautiful look, which I loved, which I'll put up on the screen. But then I took it off, and now we're doing this one. Next, I think I'm gonna go in with this shade right here, which is called Parallel. It's a nice warmish, medium to deep chocolate brown shade. Oh, I was watching Whitney Kendrick last night in the bathtub. And it was another, I'll link the video below for you guys, but it was a video, she has done many videos like this in the past, where it was like 5 things that you don't need to buy anymore, or that you should stop buying, whatever. If you're not familiar with her, she's doing a no-buy year. She's really launched an anti-consumerism vibe on her channel, which I have no issues with. Lord knows I need to buy less makeup, or want to buy less makeup, one or the other. But anyways, so she did a special one all about holiday gift sets. Oh, my back is hurting. And it was really interesting. And it's such an obvious point. That's the thing, is sometimes it blows my mind how much of an obvious point she makes, that still blows my mind. It's things that I don't think of, and it's clearly things other people don't think of either, because we're still buying them. But she made a good point talking about sort of the elaborate holiday packaging that brands like Too Faced put their products in during the holidays. Like Too Faced has like one that looks like a snowman, they have one that looks like an entire gingerbread house, so on and so forth. And she was like, think about this. When you watch people's collection videos, do you ever see the holiday palettes? Nope, I don't. Did you ever think about that? Because I didn't, and I thought, it's not revolutionary information, it's true. I just don't know. I don't know if I'm in denial about it. I mean, to be fair, I don't buy the holiday like palettes and sets from brands like Too Faced. It's just not, it's not my aesthetic whatsoever. But I've certainly looked at them and thought that they were really pretty and things like that before. And I just thought that was really interesting when she said that. She was like, do you ever see people in their collection videos be like, and this is my Too Faced palette from 2 holidays ago, and it's still my favorite. And I just was laughing because it's so true. And yet so many of us are suckered into that. I think what might be fun, and this shade looks virtually untouched, is going in with this shade right here, which is called Sphinx. And put that on the outer third or so of the lid. I've been really into this type of brown, bronzy shade on my eyes lately. Maybe because I get so many compliments when I wear it. Maybe I'm just into it lately and I'm getting so many compliments. It's hard to say. So what I want to do for the inner part of the lid is go into this shade right here, which is called Lucid. It's kind of a, I don't know, it's duochromy. I think it's going to be pretty. Hoping I can pick it up with the phalange and place it that way. Yeah. Maynard, that's a messy shade. Okay, do we want to do anything more interesting on the bottom? Sure, why not? Let's do a pop of blue, shall we? Let's go in with this shade right here, which is Dimension. And I'm gonna put this all the way across my lower lash line, and then I'll blend it in the lower lash line with that same dark brown that we used upstairs. This would have been my other choice for my all over or inner lid shade. However, that's not something that I haven't done before. So I didn't do that. And for me, honestly, like Shop My Stash, it is definitely about pulling things out that I want to use or that haven't been getting used, things like that. But for me, it's also about using what I have in a new and interesting way. And hopefully, in turn, inspire myself to use it more in the future, you know? So I don't really feel like I have a great shade in here for an inner corner or a brow bone. So I'm gonna just pop into Sultry real quick like and go into this shade right here called Fresh. This is a semi-matte cream shade, but it does a beautiful job of brightening as well. I'm gonna swoop that up a little bit. I'm gonna pop off of here real quick, do some mascara, probably not liner, and we'll be right back for my Shop My Stash. What? We're back. That was like warp speed for me. That's what happens when I don't wear eyeliner. But here's the final look. I do feel like I need a little more blush, as always. So I'm going to take the opportunity to take one out of this Hourglass palette I think I'm just gonna mix between these two, which I actually really love to do. And I really am just gonna focus this on the apples of my cheeks, just for a little pop. Beautiful. So the one that was in my Shop My Stash last month, or November, is Bite Beauty Amuse Bouche lipstick in Chai. Oops. This is what's left. I do want to work on finishing it up just the same, and I did get this in a holiday gift set a few years back of the like 4 little mini lipsticks, as well as this shade, which is Rhubarb, which is like the more pinky version. And the Fenty Gloss Bomb. I'm so sad. I don't know if you'll be able to tell, but mine's like all the way down here. But if I really miss it, once it's gone, I will repurchase it. So I think even though Rhubarb is the new shade for the month, I'm gonna go in with Chai because I think the warmer shade will be better. And the other reason I'm having these in my Shop My Stash this month is because I ordered the full size of both of these. These are favorites, and I know Bite is repackaging, I think, or changing their packaging rather. So their full sizes of these were like $6 today, which is Wednesday, the day before Thanksgiving. So I ordered both of those, and I'm just gonna put a little bit of the Gloss Bomb on the center of the bottom lip, as well as upstairs. So there we go. This is my Shop My Stash look for December. I hope you enjoyed seeing the products that I picked for this month. You will see these products again coming up in future videos. Thank you so much to Kelly for collaborating again with me this month on our Shop My Stash series and for coming up with this super cute theme name. Thank you guys for spending probably a good chunk of your day with me here today. And with all of that said, I hope all of your makeup days are absolutely beautiful Shop My Stash makeup days. And I will see you in my next video real soon.